This is Jeff with Shout Out Minnesota, and we are with
Kenny Mayne.
Kenny. Thanks for joining us. Terrific event tonight. NFL alumni and the veterans getting together, play some football. Tell us about your experience.
Well, I got invited to it the year the Seahawks won the Super Bowl in New Jersey, and at that time, I was just like an extra. I eventually became their permanent quarterback, although tonight we had Ryan Leaf. It was great to have him out there as well. I just qualified by being a volunteer, so I didn't serve. But I got a messed up ankle, so I borderline qualify with the guys and the girls. It's just fun. Like, people ask like what it's for, and it's for this. It's just for this. It's just for being together. Everybody getting to do what they used to do before their injuries, before their war experience, and get to be normal for a night. Not that they're not normal other times, but you know, it's not like a lot of pageantry and sometimes they call it like pet a soldier. They don't like that. They like to be treated as regular people, and they're trying to reintegrate into the civilian life. And some of them are actually still active. But it's just good. It's just healthy. It's healthy for the veterans. It's healthy for the NFL guys, the fans mingling. You probably saw people walking up to anybody they want, and everybody's just normal. Just go out and play football like we do in the backyard.
That's great. For a lot of Minnesotans, Super Bowl week, this is something new for them. I know it's new for me. Tell us some of your experiences with Super Bowl.
Well, I think this gives my city hope that we can, because our weather's not even this cold. Seattle could easily host a Super Bowl, although it'd be an outdoor game, so maybe not. I love Minnesota. I've been here many times. Minnesota, the Vikings were in my top 3 or 4 for NFL teams that I'd go and visit when I used to do my pretend football stories. We probably did like 10 with Jared Allen. I'd call the teams and say, hey, I got this ridiculous story idea. 19 would say no. Vikings would always say yes. Packers would say yes. The Midwest, right? Midwest helped me out.
Yeah.
Plus you have a casino. So although I'm in debt to them on this trip.
So it sounds like you're having a great time.
Yeah. I love. The people are nice. The old Minnesota nice thing is true. Like the cliche is true. And I think they're putting on a great show. I didn't know that the Mall America thing would work the way it is. I think it's great. I went there today and they have, the area where the TV and the radio people are, and fans and the mall shoppers can walk through and see it all. So I think it's great.
And First Take too, they're airing that.
Absolutely. So I was not needed. I was expendable for ESPN. So I came just for this game, and I'm doing a little bit on Radio Row. Then tomorrow night I get to see my boy Jamal Crawford, Seattle kid, play. He still looks like he's like 18 years old.
Yep.
So I've been friends with him for a bit, and I'm proud of what he's doing representing Seattle. One of only 4 to score 50 points with 3 teams. Do you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Trivia question. What's that?
It's going to be 4.
No, he's one of 4. Wilt,
He's going to do
Bernard. Yeah, no, absolutely.
tomorrow.
I hope. I'm going to come up to him and say 150.
Give him the green light.
Yeah, it's Bernard King, Wilt Chamberlain, Jamal, and who did I leave out? I just said it. No. Come on, it's my own quiz, and I'm blowing my own quiz. I just said the name, didn't I? Bernard King, Wilt Chamberlain, Jamal. Maybe it's only 3 guys. No, it's 4. Who's the 4th guy? We got to page Tim Legler. He knows the answer.
There you go.
I'm going to come up with before this interview's over, I'll have the 4th guy. I can't believe I'm spacing out on it. It was a long night. It took a lot. My first drive, I about died out there because I haven't been able to run. I got a ruined ankle from playing football in college. And I just got this new brace, and my wife and I are starting a foundation. We're going to raise money and get soldiers to wear these things for free or discounted, and pretty inspired by it because it changed my life. Like, I'm not fast, but I ran with no pain. It doesn't hurt now.
I'll tell you what, your arm, yeah,
I can
that's
still
like 50
throw.
yards.
Hopefully I can get more than 50
yards.
but, at least 50 we'll say.
And you can scramble too.
A couple times I had to, yeah. It was fun because the game is always like this where it's light, but then it gets serious. Because you can tell, guys are, they don't want to be embarrassed out there. And everybody's trying to make a play. And we got some surprising players, like our guy with no legs, Dave Stevens. He plays on his hands. He makes like 2 or 3 sacks. Jen Welter, the first female coach in the NFL, she makes a couple plays every game. So it's a blast. I mean, and afterward, everybody, they're mingling out now, but everybody leaves happy. It's just fun. It's just good to be together.
I'll tell you
Jamal
what.
Crawford, Wilt Chamberlain,
He's coming up.
Bernard King. Hang on. I can't believe I can't think of the guy.
We're going to get the answer.
You guys will do some good edits. Hold on. This will be good. You'll be able to come back to it. You know what? Here's who?
Vince Carter?
No. Also, we got 8 white guys to average 25 points or more since 1980. It's a great. There's only 8. It's a great quiz.
Oops.
Tim Legler and I sit like in the green room, before we're going to go out.
Tom Chambers.
He's one. Larry
Shrimp.
Bird, not Shrimp.
Oops.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Bird. McHale.
Tripucka.
Kelly.
Chris Mullen.
Yep. Mullen.
St. John's.
Dirk.
Whiskey.
Tripucka. Vandewey.
Kiki.
Yep. I think we're down to like one more. Another guy we're missing. We need-
The guy from Miami. Shaq bought his house.
4 players to score 50 or more points with 3 teams. It's coming. Hang in there. Not LeBron. Not Kobe. Come on. Wait, here it is. Jamal did it in 2008. We got the answer. I'm sad that I couldn't come up with it. I'm going to be embarrassed. Boy, this is a long interview. You guys need to cut it down, right?
Yeah. We'll
Come on. They didn't even know the answer. They just say that he's the 4th guy and they don't say who the other 3 are. This is lame. Wait. Oh, Moses. Moses.
Houston, Philly, and
I always thought it was Houston mostly. Houston, Philly. Yeah, Philly was the other big one. Some random team. All right, pick it up. You got to make an edit. What's the other question?
No, you know what? I think
I think I want to talk about Rod Simons.
let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Rod Simons. It's been 1 year. I can't remember how I learned. I think I learned from Jan Kuwahara, who you wouldn't know necessarily, but he was a good friend. One of Rod's best friends back in Seattle, and he was our camera guy. We worked for the independent station. We used to have a motto: if there's news on the weekends, it's news to us, because we literally did not have a weekend show. Then they decided to have a weekend show. So I was doing news. I didn't want to do sports. I wanted to be like serious Middle East correspondent. That was my ambition. And the news director said, all right, you play football, you got to do sports. So like, seriously, grudgingly, I did sports. Then Rod comes in about a year later, I think. He's the news director on the weekends and the news anchor. I'm the sports director and the only guy in sports. And 1 cameraman for each. We had 1 field reporter. We repackaged some stuff on the week that we just kind of threw it together. So we were like just this independent little station, like an indie band, just throwing it together. And Rod was just fun. We got along. He'd say, how much time do you need? I said 6 minutes. He said 7's fine. He'd let sports go. Usually local sports like 2 minutes. He'd let me go to town. And he knew sports very well, obviously, too. So eventually I left there. Rod went on and he moved here. And we just stayed in touch occasionally. Last time I saw him, I think, was at the Taste of the NFL. He was very involved in fighting hunger and helping put on the NFL's charity event where the chefs come in and all the money goes to help, with homelessness and hunger issues. And I think that was it. I think that was the last time I saw him. So we would just trade notes occasionally, but he's missed. I mean, he's, just a warm guy. Like, you don't find too many people saying anything bad about, I remember being at a funeral a long time ago, and it always stuck in my mind. They said, she never said a cross word about anybody. And Rod was kind of that way too. He was just a positive, uplifting guy, kind of warmed up the room. And he's dearly missed. It's kind of a lesson about how short life is.
It's true, very true. I know he's been a big part of our lives as well, and Minnesota. And we miss him. We miss him too. So.
Well, hopefully everybody's honoring him well this week. I'm sure he would have loved to see a Super Bowl show up here. He's also very prideful about the Washington State Cougars. So anything they ever did, I'm sure he brought that up once or twice.
Well, Kenny, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
One last shout out to your fans in Minnesota.
Hello, Minnesota fans who know who I am. Thanks for whatever you're doing for Minnesota, making this hospitable for the Super Bowl. You're doing a great job. Minnesota nice. And enjoy the week. Be safe.